how we lit a plain room like Euphoria, from boring to cinematic. We'll show you how we recreated 2 stylized lighting setups inspired by Euphoria. We started by analyzing a reference shot from Euphoria. We noticed 2 main light sources, a hard key light coming through the window from the street, creating a wide stripe of warm light, and a soft fill light, adding texture to the shadows and revealing details in the room. Here's how we recreated the look step by step. 1. We put up some curtains to match the reference. Just clip them onto a tube with a couple of stands. Since I live in a high-rise and can't light the window from outside, I grabbed a big mirror to bounce the light back in and fake that window glow. 2. We turned off all the apartment lights to take full control of the setup. 3. The camera's white balance was set to 4200K. 4. We used a SmallRig RC100C with the SP Mini Spotlight as the main light. It was positioned above and at a 45-degree angle in front of the subject, then bounced off the mirror. I combined 2 gobos to create a narrow stripe and irregular shadows, like light filtering through tree leaves. The light was set to 97% intensity at 2700K, creating a warm, cinematic tone that mimics a street lamp. 5. For a touch of fill, we used a SmallRig RM25C Mini with a magnetic diffuser placed slightly above and to the side of the subject. I added a handcrafted cardboard snoot to shape the beam. This filled in the shadows with soft texture without flattening the contrast. The light was set to 5% intensity at 5100K. A simple but effective setup that really helps tell a story. Just grab a spotlight attachment and a mirror, and you can light a scene even when there's no space for a light, or fake that natural window glow. For the second shot, we analyzed another Euphoria reference and noticed a mix of cool and warm tones. The cool light spills in from outside, shaped as it passes through the garage door. If you look closely at the character's eyes, you can see subtle reflections, likely from the street bouncing off the ground. There's also a tiny catchlight coming from a small warm key light which illuminates the face and creates sharp facial shadows. Finally, a rim light from above helps separate the character from the background and adds depth. Here's how we recreated it. 1. All house lights were turned off. 2. The camera was set to 4000K. 3. To simulate the streetlight shaped by a garage door, we used the SmallRig RC100C with the SP Mini Spotlight. We built a frame and added a black flag to mimic the slats of the garage door, then set the fixture to 7% intensity at 9000K to create a strong blue light. The light was powered by a SmallRig V-mount X99 battery, which lets you run it at full power outdoors and features IP54 waterproofing, making it perfect for outdoor use. 4. For the rim light, we used the SmallRig RM25C Mini with a magnetic diffuser, placing it slightly above and behind the subject. To control the beam, we added a cardboard snoot, which shaped the light and prevented spill. The fixture was set to 25% intensity at 3500K, just enough to highlight the hair without overpowering. 5. We lit the subject's face with a Molis X100 RGB and a 40cm octabox with grid, positioned slightly above eye level. This added facial texture and a clean catchlight. The fixture was set to 3% intensity at 3500K. These 2 setups show how you can transform a plain room into cinematic shots using smart lighting, careful color contrast, and a little creativity. You don't need a huge studio or expensive gear to create something that feels cinematic. It's all about how you shape the light and use the tools you have. So the next time you're shooting in a small space that feels boring, try experimenting with mirrors, gobos, or even simple DIY modifiers. With just a few tricks, you can turn any room into a scene that looks like it belongs on screen.